God, guys, I just finished watching Impact Slammiversary about 10, 15 minutes ago, and Josh Alexander has made his return to Impact after being gone for nearly roughly about 3 months from an injury that caused him to relinquish the Impact World Championship as he stared down Alex Shelley after successfully retaining his Impact World title against Nick Aldis. Oh my God! Now that the last couple of years in Impact, it seems like they've been killing it with surprises, and tonight was no different. I mean, last year we seen you know some surprises, especially with it being a 20th anniversary. In fact, last year you had several wrestlers, even AJ Styles, who's currently with WWE, who, said on the Titantron, even ones like I think Jimmy Jacobs and several other guys who, you know, really said what Impact meant to them, and within the 20 years that it's been here, and just how much of a role it played. And so it was a big year last year for that reason, the 20th anniversary. And this year, we had Josh Alexander come out, which I wasn't expecting. I gotta say that really, between him and even earlier tonight, we had Eric Young come out to be Scott D'Amore's tag team partner against Bully Ray and Dina, which makes perfect sense because it was Steiner who took Eric Young out, and ultimately that was pretty much what ended Valor by Design. He became a new leader and started the design. And the whole purpose was so that he can come to WWE. Was how they wrote him off, but fortunately they never really did anything with him. Whatever was planned with him didn't never went to fruition. And so now it looks like he's back in Impact, and probably this time he'll be back for good because I don't see him going back, especially with that going the way that it did. But yeah, it was nice seeing him back, man. I guess this time he's back as a babyface, and now you got even Josh Alexander then off the show. Three different returns tonight. But I gotta say, Josh was very unexpected. The Eric Young one, there were rumors that he was already in the area, and that it was a possibility he would show up, you know, kind of reforming Team Canada here, coming out to help Scott D'Amore. So definitely nostalgia with that group in the early TNA days before it became Impact, of course. And now, in addition to that, you're off the show with Josh Alexander, which is really interesting. I really, wonder. First of all, I'm glad that Shelley retained, because my gut feeling was that Shelley was kind of going to be like what Nick Aldis kind of tried to tease, like he was going to be like a transitional champ, and maybe they would just, giving him his moment, after, you know, to thank him and everything for throughout the years. But you know, that was not to be here, and I definitely think that if Steve Macklin didn't lose the belt to Shelley at Against All Odds, there's a good chance that Amos would have beaten Macklin for it. But when you see, Josh come out at the end, it all makes sense to why they had Shelley retain here. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go with this. Vigor, Josh is owed a rematch, after never losing the belt. And the question is that, is Josh going to win it for a third time, or is Shelley going to retain? And my gut feeling is that, Josh might win it again. Because, before he got injured, that's kind of the risk when you have, somebody. And Josh already has set the record at this point as one of the longest reigning Impact World Champs. So, the risk of when you have somebody champ for so long, no matter what company is in or whatever, we see the Roman WWE, but, regardless, the risk is just that is even more of a chance the person could get injured. And for Josh, for him to be champ, he was actually just about to approach a year before he got hurt. Had he defended the belt against Macklin at Rebellion, it would have been a year. But unfortunately, he got hurt just before he hit a year and had to relinquish it. But he's still like the longest reigning Impact World Champ for that reason. So it's just nice to see him come back, and I'm really interested to see, is he going to win it again for a third time, or are they going to go a different direction? Because I do wonder if Macklin would have beat him, had he actually competed at Rebellion. Because it was getting to the point where, Josh had pretty much beaten just about all the best guys you could think of. He had beaten, Shelley. Because I think their match was at Emergence last year when he was champ. He had already beaten Shelley. He had already beaten, um, Rich Swann. After Rich Swann finally got his rematch for that belt, it had to wait 2 years to get it, and that was at I believe that was at Sacrifice that they had that match. He had already beaten just about everybody. He beat Eddie Edwards at Bound for Glory last year. Beat Eric Young's Anniversary. Beat Mike Bailey in an excellent match. I believe it was December 4th or December um, 3rd episode of Impact. And, towards the end of last year, they actually won the match of the year. That match could have went over an hour, so that they had, and he, faced him. So at that point, he had beaten just about all the best guys you can think of. There was nobody really left that could have really possibly taken the belt from him other than Macklin, because of the way they were building him. Because he had also beaten, you know, um, I think Sammy Cattleman up to that point as well. He had beaten just about all the, everybody who stepped in front of him. But now I'm really interested to see where we're gonna go with this. But not only that though, we had, like I said, Eric Young came back, one of the OGs of TNA, um, which was, really nice to see, even if it was kind of rumored already or teased that he was coming back. It was nice to see him back. And Jake something, who I actually kind of forgot about, because, sometimes when guys disappear from Impact for a long time, I kind of don't know what's up with them, because you never really know if they departed or what really happened. But it was nice seeing him back. But several title changes tonight. That title didn't change hands, but you know, Saban dropped the belt to Leo Rush, which is just crazy to even think about. I really thought they were gonna run with this Motor City Machine Gun era thing. Um, from the looks of it, I guess he dropped the belt. I did not actually see the match, but I looked at the results, because I missed the first couple of matches in Impact, and then I saw the last four. I do know that the Impact tag belts did change hands. The subculture won the belts, which were big for them. After the champs got screwed by the Rascals, who screwed them, out of the match and attacked them. So that's how you had that happen. And, Trinity's the new Impact. They do knockouts champ, which is, just huge for her. And apparently, this is the first time Deanna's tapped out since coming to Impact. So that says a lot that it took for someone like Trinity to make her tap. And considering the reigns that she's had in Impact, it's amazing. She's only been with the company for 3 years now, and she's just had so much success. The virtuosia, just faced just about all you can think of, and drops the belt here to Trinity in a really good match, a really excellent match between these two. Uh, you know, it was kind of tricky to say whether she would win it or not, but she did, you know. So really huge moment for her. Basically the same thing that almost identical to when Deanna came to Impact 3 years ago and beat Jordan Grace on the spot. Only difference is that I don't even think Deanna, because of the time of the early stages of the pandemic and stuff, there was no fans anywhere. So I think in Deanna's case, she just kind of she attacked Jordan Grace one time with Impact, made it known she was coming after the belt, and then she beat her, and that was like her first match in Impact. But in Trinity's case, she's actually wrestled on several occasions on Impact, and in addition to that, she's teamed with Deanna. So this win was even bigger in a lot of ways, and definitely kudos to her. Working so hard last several years. Last time she was champ was over 6 years ago, so this was a huge moment for her. And looking forward to see what they're going to do next. Sorry, guys, because I could definitely say that you know I could definitely say that her winning was just huge. I mean, I could definitely say that was a big moment. So yeah, so she won the belt here. Leo Rush, the new Impact, new X Division champ, new Knockouts tag champs, as I expected. Uh, Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich. So several titles, like I said, just flickered and changed hands left and right. But oh, excuse me. Sorry guys. All right, you can tell I'm tired, so I'm gonna end this in this now. But yeah, I just wanted to mainly come on here and just talk about the return of Josh Alexander at the end of the night. I really was not expecting that, along with just several other, massive moments to take place in the night. Um, Eric Young coming back and reforming Team Canada was a nice little touch. Just the fact that you had, um, Jake something come back in the X Division title match, which was actually won by Kushida. The new Knockouts tag champ, Masha Slam, she's Killer Kelly, and so just multiple title switches, as it seems to be a trend. With Impact at this point. Eddie Edwards, with shenanigans, the Kindle stick was able to beat Kazarian, even though his wife was on his corner and prevented, Alicia Edwards from continuously getting involved. He still had another trick up his sleeve and was able to win the match. And really, these guys just tugging it out and such, and we've seen the last of that. So, yeah, just a really decent match here. So that's pretty much it, guys. Sign off Ray Master Flex. Like I said again, congrats to Trinity, huge moment for her, and I'm glad to see that you know glad to see that Shelly retained, and I'm glad to see that the Impact. Um, I'm glad, just to see the growth continuously going with Impact Wrestling. Silent Rams, like always, shout out to you guys. Peace.